Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Albuquerque Aliens Draft Glory franchise mode here in NHL 25. So, in last episode, if you did not catch it, we had a quite easy time, I would say, for the most part, against the President's Trophy winning San Jose Sharks. As you can see, we knocked them out in only 5 games, and it was, like I said, it was a pretty easy time for us. We found our goal scoring against a very tough goaltender in Sawchuk. As you can see, we won game 1 5-2. Then we lost 4-3, so at that point, still not too sure exactly what's going to happen. But then we win 3 straight games, winning 3-1, 3-2 in overtime, and 3-2 in that last game. So those last 3 games were kind of close. Actually, all those games pretty much were pretty close. But we were able to beat them and not end up getting knocked out by one of the best teams I've seen in this franchise mode, because they had 63 wins during the regular season and we knocked them out. So I think this team has a realistic chance of maybe winning the Stanley Cup this year. Obviously, the Canes are going to be the team to beat just because they've had a really good postseason despite like offloading a lot of stuff during the season, which is kind of interesting. Like, they're 12-2 this playoff run, so they do have a bit of a weaker roster than a lot of these teams we played, but they definitely could still win games, which is kind of scary. But this playoff run in general has been pretty good. We knocked out Minnesota, who had a good season. Then we knocked out the St. Louis Blues on a, not a reverse sweep, but we were down 3-1 in that series, rallied back in 1 of 7 games. And then we were able to take out the President's Trophy winning team in the San Jose Sharks. So I think this team definitely has a chance to be able to easily beat Carolina, but obviously it depends on what the game wants from us. So I really hope that we could just find a way to get 4 more wins and capture that second Stanley Cup, because this could potentially be the last season for guys like Narena and Ristolainen. Also, the pending contracts this offseason are a little bit worrisome. There's a lot of guys that are pending UFA. There's some guys that are also pending RFAs. So this entire team might not be back again next season, which is a bit scary. So obviously, I hope we win a Stanley Cup when we have the opportunity to, so because some of these guys might never get a chance again. But anyways, before we get into the Stanley Cup Finals against our former goaltender Trenton Spezza, let's get in your guys' comments, see what you guys have to say about last episode, and then we'll make sure our lines are set up the way we want for the Stanley Cup Finals, and then we'll see if this team could get 4 more wins. So the first comment is from Andy, who says, "Let's go Aliens," and yes sir, hopefully we could find a way to win. Like I said, I'm not too sure exactly what we want to do in terms of our lines for this Cup Finals, if we want to keep running what has been really good for us so far, which is basically best lines with a little bit of adjustments. I think it was as well, but this lineup has done really well for us these last 2 series, basically, because the fact that it was able to help us get out of that 3-1 hole against St. Louis and also beat a President's Trophy winning team, we probably should keep with it. The one thing, like I said, I would like to get Narena into the lineup potentially if we do have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. So the question then becomes, who do I take out of the lineup to get Narena in? I might be leaning towards taking somebody like Enroth out of the lineup, because Enroth, to me, he's not this most important player that should be in the matchup and lineup and stuff for our team. Also, that fourth line has been losing a little bit of morale, I saw. Like Hansen, for instance, is listed as a third-line scoring forward, and right now he is losing a bit of morale due to his ice time and all that stuff. So it does suck, but we are probably going to have to make some tough decisions this offseason, and that way we could get better fit people into our lineup that should actually be in our lineup. The next comment is from Sound Taku, who says, "Carolina taking on the Colorado approach to playoff hockey. Hope your offense can outscore any goaltending issues. It's worked for them so far, but like you said, on paper, there's no way the Canes should be simulating this well." And yeah, the Canes definitely are playing that type of hockey where they were relying heavily on Spezza in net. They are actually scoring a lot of goals as well. As you can see, they're averaging 4.36 goals for per game, which is kind of insane. I don't know if they're really relying fully on Spezza, actually, for that matter. You said outscore any goaltending issues. Spezza has a good save percentage, which is interesting, but his goals against is a bit high. So they do allow goals, but this lineup is somehow able to score a lot of goals, and you can kind of see why I think they're a little bit of a cheese team. Like, they definitely shouldn't be in this spot, at least in this playoff run. Now, I was looking, and the Buffalo team that they actually knocked out is actually worse than they were during the season. They finished below them. So basically, the Eastern Conference Finals was 2 scrub teams, which is kind of interesting. And you can see their defensive core is even very, very weak too. Their goaltending is pretty solid with Spezza, but Korpikoski's a weak backup. And they also don't even have the best depth options. Like, they literally have a 68 on the bench. So we should be able to beat them, but the game could literally just completely give them a Stanley Cup, because I've seen worse teams win cups in this franchise mode before. So hopefully we're able to find a way to beat them and not get cheesed. The next comment is from Nick Buck or Barons OC, who says, well, this will be an interesting finals. I predict the Canes will win the series 4-2. Aliens come out, win game and 2 or easily. I think he means game 1 and 2 easily. But game 3, the Aliens lose on a close one. Game 4, Canes squeak it out. Game 5, blowout. Game 6, 3 goals, Canes win. Rooting for you, though. It feels like EA wants the Canes to win. And Nick is a Canes fan, so I think he's just trying to be a little bit biased to his Hurricanes. He wants to see the Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup. He's not actually going for the Aliens, but yeah, I think that's probably why he's saying that the Canes will win the Stanley Cup. But you never know. You never know. We could end up winning here. I do feel like we could get cheese too, but at the same time, since we came back from a 3-1 deficit against St. Louis, I almost feel like the momentum is still on the side of our team. So I'm really hoping that we could play to our strengths, which is our defensive play at the moment. In the last and final comment is from Michael Dose, who says, yes, I'm 51 years old, but anyone else think of Terry Sawchuk while seeing this Sharks goalie named Sawchuk? If you don't know about Terry Sawchuk, read about how he died. And yeah, I know who Terry Sawchuk is, of course, but I didn't realize how he died. I looked it up, and I guess he battled with some sort of like depression stuff, got into a fight with one of his roommates, which was Ron Stewart. And then I guess his injuries he sustained from that fight caused him to eventually pass away at a young age, because he had like surgeries on certain things, I think is what it was, which is pretty insane. I didn't even realize it was like that. I thought it would have been something typical back in those days where he died of like, I don't know, some early onset like cancer or something like that, but that was not the case. So pretty insane little story there. You guys could look it up. It's on like Wikipedia and all that. So but anyways, let's actually look at the Sawchuk in San Jose for a second here, because that's one thing that's pretty insane is that goaltender. I feel like he should still easily win the Calder. He was pretty good against us as well, but his team just could not score enough against us. But yeah, Dorian Sawchuk is an insane goaltender. As you can see, during the regular season, we mentioned how good his stats were in the last episode. He had a .923 save percentage. In the playoffs, despite losing to us, he posted a .939 with a 1.99 goals against average in his first ever playoff run. Like, he was really, really good. And even if you look at his actually game-by-game stats against us in that conference finals, you can see his first 2 games were pretty rough. That obviously adjusted his goals against a little bit. But then he kind of settled in nicely for the Sharks. And as you can see, those last 3 games, he was still pretty good against us. So one of the better playoff goaltenders I've seen, at least at this point. I don't know if he's going to be able to replicate that type of thing in future years. But yeah, definitely one of the best rookie goaltenders I think I've seen in a franchise mode. All right, so with that said, actually one thing I want to take a look at before I maybe edit our lines is I do want to take a look at who's been getting most of the offense for the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't know if I did this in last episode. I might have, but I definitely want to just take a look at who we need to watch out for on this Carolina team the most. And right now it's Landon Gordon who's leading away 21 points. Nelson's on 20 points. Damn, they have some very good depth scoring on that top 6. You can see why they're averaging like 4 goals a game. Like, everybody here is over point per game or point per game. And then down below here, obviously everybody's below, but they still have some pretty good depth scoring in that lineup too. So we got to find a way to not allow them to get anything. Literally everybody on their team has 3 or more points. That's kind of insane. And then Spezza, of course, has that 12-1-1 record. They've only lost 1 time in regulation, which is pretty much insane. Like, I guess that loss was one where Korpikoski came in relief of Spezza. But damn. Yeah, they are a tough team based on that, even though their roster really doesn't look that tough. So hopefully we do not get cheesed here. The one guy in terms of goal scoring we need to watch out for is Shane Line, I guess, because he's got 11 goals to lead the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, so let's take a look at our lines again and make sure we just want them the same way. I think we could keep Narena out of the lineup for the first few games, and then when we have an actual chance to win the Stanley Cup, maybe we'll throw him into the lineup. Because like I said, I think he could easily go back into the lineup and we could take out Enroth. Because Enroth hasn't really done much for me. He's been okay. He's played 8 games. He's a -2. But we could easily take him out, and then that way he gets to play with like Hansen and all that. Like, I know Narena's not the best defenseman in terms of playing defensively, but still I think that's the only place I could really put him in is on the forward side of things, just because I don't know if I really want to move McLeod back to forward again, because it seems like McLeod's been helping out our defense quite a bit, but I think that's probably what we'll end up running with. Yeah, I think that's what we'll run with. So we'll keep the same lineup at least to start off this Cup Finals. If there's any problems, obviously we will make some adjustments, but hopefully we can get off to a good start again after knocking out the Sharks. So I think we're ready to go and get into this. Like I said, we need to contain their offense because obviously their scoring has been their main number one thing that the Canes have been well at. We've been a good defensive team this postseason, so hopefully we can get some good goaltending results from Gianta. So here we go, game number 1 on home ice, because obviously we have home ice advantage. Can we get off to a good start here in the Stanley Cup Finals as we look for our second Stanley Cup? First period. 2-1 us. Okay, that's a pretty good start. Comrie opens the scoring. Oostorff scores for them, and Ristolainen gives us the lead. I don't mind that first period. Obviously, kind of sucks to give up a goal in the first period, but to score 2 of our own is no problems whatsoever. Shots are 9-8 in favor of us. Let's keep this lead intact if we can into the third, possibly. Just let's have a good second period. We get one more goal, maybe for our side, play good defensively, and we can find a way to win this game. Like, we definitely need to play to our defensive strengths and not allow the Canes to score goals like they've been doing up to this point in time. Second period. 3-2 Carolina. Oh boy, there's the offense that Carolina has, and that's exactly what I said not to do. Perjogin scores to tie it at 2. Huberdeau gives them the lead. They're still kind of getting that depth scoring, and like I said, they're averaging almost like 5 goals per game, 4.5 around. So we got to be very careful here. We got to find a way to get that next one, because if they score a 4th goal, that's going to be even tougher to come back from. But shots are pretty even. So far, our goaltending hasn't been good in this game, which is not ideal. 3 goals against on 17 shots. But their goaltending hasn't been good either, which is typically the case anyways. So can we find a way to get that goal to tie this game up in the third period and potentially get back into this one? Let's see what happens. Come on, boys. Let's get that next one. I don't know who it is, but let's get somebody on our team here. Come on, Risto. I know you have goals in your mind. Reich scores for Carolina. That's probably the dagger, unless we have 2 quick goals or something like that. But started off well here, but then they are able to find their offense, which is what they typically do. And we are unfortunately going to lose game 1 by a score of 5-2, as they do get an empty net goal as well. Not ideal. Like I said, we need to play to our strength, which is our defensive play, and we really didn't do that in this game. The first period was good. But it fell apart afterwards. Our only goals came in that first period too. So Comrie from McLeod and Bell, and then we had Risto from Kolarz and Dunham, but then they get 4 unanswered goals. I don't know if I should be making an adjustment after a game like that. I feel like I probably should, considering our top line got destroyed. And our top defensive pairing got destroyed too. So our top guys were out there for a lot of goals against, which is not ideal. And our goaltending, Gianta, obviously did not play like himself. That's a really tough first game. I still feel like obviously we could respond after a game like that, but I almost feel like making adjustments right away. They're 13-2 this postseason. That's crazy. Carolina's such a tough team, man. I don't even understand why they're that good. Maybe they have good chemistry too, but let's go to edit lines and see if maybe we can make some adjustments already. Like, maybe we should already put Norena into the lineup, but I feel like then we might get shredded defensively on that 4th line. Hansen dropped down to a 76. My man, you got to calm down. We're trying to win a Stanley Cup here. You could complain in the offseason. Maybe I'll move Kopitz to the 4th line center. That's a sniper, though. I don't know about liking that. Reefers, you can't take face-offs. You can, kind of, but you're a playmaker. Yeah, there's not really much I could do to get Hansen more ice time. It sucks that he's complaining, though, because he just needs to suck it up for this playoff run, and then he'll be okay. Let's swap Hunwick and Bell maybe as a small thing, because Hunwick has also been complaining a little bit about his ice time, and he's been very good at scoring goals this postseason, so I do really like how Hunwick's played. Let's try that out. And then, yeah, we'll keep Gianta in net for another game and see if he could find himself. But right now, this team needs to just calm down in terms of ice time stuff and wait till the offseason. Because if we could just find a way to get some more wins, we'll obviously go far. We have guys we could call up potentially too. Like, I could call it Cogliano as a 4th line center. He's not a good face-off taker, though. We also do have Stillman. We have Malak. So we do have guys we could turn to if this turns ugly. But at the same time, I don't really want to be sending guys down to the AHL that could be on the cup-winning rosters. So I think we'll keep the rest of this the same. There is a chance Norena might get in next game already if we are playing bad. So Let's see what happens in this next game, see if we can get a good response. We need to definitely play stronger defensively like we've been doing up to this point, or up till game 1, I should say. So let's find that good defensive play in game 2, and let's find a way to score more goals than they do, because obviously their offense is still doing really good, and they've only lost that one game in regulation, which is pretty insane. Like, this could be one of the best AI teams I've seen in terms of simming in the postseason before. So let's see what happens here. Game number 2, as we look to tie the series up, headed to Carolina. Obviously, losing both games on home ice would be pretty detrimental, so we got to be careful here. First period, game 2. 1-0 us. Good defensive start. It is Hutton with the goal, so a nice goal from a top 6 pairing defenseman, who should probably be in the top 4, but it's okay. Shots are 12-7 in favor of us. So far, we're playing to our strength, which is good defensive play. We just don't want to have a second period like last game where they started to get back into the game. We need to find a way to be good defensively through a full 60 minutes if possible. Can we find a way to get an insurance marker and not allow the Canes on the board? Second period. We were up 2-0. Cashman made it 2-0. So at that point, it's pretty good. But 5 seconds after we made it 2-0, how does he even score 5 seconds later? Lyons scores, of course he does. Makes it 2-1. Neteros makes it 2-2. And we are tied going into the third. The Canes offense, I don't know why it's this good, but it must have some really good chemistry, or their coach just works really well with this team. But the Canes just find ways to score goals constantly. So not a bad game still for Giannis so far. He's allowed 2 goals on 20 shots, so he's made 18 saves. But obviously it's kind of tough when you're up 2-0. And literally 5 seconds after you made it 2-0, they answer. So we got to be very careful against this Canes team. We cannot allow them to get any opportunities if possible. So let's see what happens in this third period. See if we could find a way to get that lead. Hopefully we didn't blow another game here. Let's see what happens. Come on, boys. Penalty kill to start the third. Stop taking penalties. We got to be disciplined too. Carolina grabs their first lead as Neteros again. God damn it, man. Do we have an answer to that? Do we have an answer to it? Come on, guys. We were literally up 2-0 for a good chunk of this game, and then they were able to come back like that. Can we tie this game up late? Please, boys. Okay. I was not expecting that. I honestly was just about to call out this team for being down 2-0, but with 7 seconds left, Drew Bell, an absolutely huge goal. This could change the complexion of this Cup Finals completely. Instead of going down 2-0 in the series, we might find a way to make this a 1-1 series headed to Carolina. And since this is an overtime Stanley Cup Finals game, I think we're going to jump into it. I know it's a Game 2 situation, but I think it would be fun just to jump into any overtime here in this Cup Finals. It might make this episode really long, but we're on home ice. I think it's a fun thing for us to do here at this point, since we're late into the series anyways as well. So this could be a dumb idea to jump in already into a Game 2, but I want to see some potential crazy highlights for us in this Cup Finals. So if we could just find a way to get 1 goal here and win this game, it's a whole new series, and then we got to find ways to win on the road, which I think we've been a pretty good road team so far. So let's see if we could build off some momentum after that late goal. I was not expecting us to tie it up there, to be honest. I thought it was just going to be one of those games that we end up losing 3-2, but 7 seconds left. Drew Bell of all people. Let's go. Anyways, Ristolainen versus Ustorf on the draw. Risto wins it. McLeod finds Hunwick. Hunwick finds Dunham. He turns it over. Here is Nelson. Board pinned by Kolars. Antonio throws it over to Gordon. Gordon to Ustorf. Get away, guys. Play good defensively. There you go, Hunwick. Hunwick turns it over. Nelson out front. Gordon can't get a shot. We're kind of scrambling here a little bit to start overtime, but that scramble gives us a power play as Gordon heads to the box for slashing. I almost thought it was a cross-checking penalty there, but Gordon goes for slashing there as he tried to stick lift Dunham, I think it is. That's absolutely huge. As we go to the power play to start off overtime very early into it. So the momentum's on our side here potentially to try and find a way to get that overtime winner to tie the series up at 1. Look at all those Carolina Hurricanes guys up there in points. That's insane. Ristolainen at the draw against Huberdeau. Risto wins it cleanly. Robertson just shoots it right off the face-off. I don't mind getting the shot first mentality. Antonio dumps it down. It almost lands on a stick of Huberdeau, who gets to it first out front. One-timer. What the hell animation was that? God damn. That was kind of scary. I thought they were going to score a shorthanded goal there. Cashman with the puck now. Cashman, the money man, can't get by. Antonio finds Huberto. He's just going to carry it up, and he's still going to go with it. What the hell is going on, man? Why are we giving up shorthanded chances? Odd man rush, 3-on-0. 3-on-0. Robertson stopped. Rebound, scores. It's the Cashman. Call the money man. He's just earned himself a new paycheck. No, he already got paid like a few years ago, but still. A huge rebound on the 3-on-0. Absolutely brutal change by the Canes. And your Albuquerque Aliens are going to tie this Stanley Cup Finals at 1 apiece. Absolutely huge goal there from Cashman. Let's friggin' go. Like 3-on-0. I don't know why they made a change there. Like Carolina just got really aggressive on that penalty kill, and that's an absolutely beautiful goal to look at. I honestly might have to get a screenshot of that for Cashman just because Cashman's been kind of an underrated player in the series completely. So, wow. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Oh yeah, I forgot about our mascot. I made it a green, like, friggin', I made it a friggin' green, like, devil or something like that. I was scared that we were going to give up a shorthanded goal there, but did not be the case. And that huge winner. Just a giant rebound. Let's friggin' go, boys. Let's go. We've tied it. That's why you jump in. You never know what can happen, but absolutely, I think they made a brutal change here. Let's take a look if they actually made a line change here, because I feel like they did. So what happens here, yeah, these two defenders just go off the ice and make a line change when we have this 3-on-0 happening. It's Ristolainen, Cashman, and Robertson. Robertson just carries it up. He just carries it himself. He doesn't decide the pass. He goes right down the middle. Tries to put it 5-hole. Can't do it. The rebound scoots out. This defenseman turns it over. And it's right on the stick of Cashman, who just buries it on the wide open side. Absolutely huge. Yeah, we got to get a screenshot of this, which means I got to remove my face here shortly so that we can get a cool... Look at that beard, man. The playoff beard is in full effect for Cashman. Absolutely insane. I wish the background lights were green, but it is what it is. Got to get a screenshot of that. Bam. Boom. There you go. Yeah, that's a huge... And that's like a Radko Gudas looking beard. Like, doesn't he look like Radko Gudas, or am I just crazy? Let's friggin' go. The money man himself. I forgot that he was an alternate captain, to be honest. But 3 stars in that game. Shane Line for them, 3 points. Goddamn. Nedros with 3 points. In the first star of the game for your Albuquerque Aliens is Cashman. 2 goals in this game. I forgot that he had a goal earlier in the game, too. But, yeah, Cashman 2 goals. Bell, that late goal, 7 seconds left. Absolutely clutch, man. Absolutely clutch. Hansen picked up a point. Surprised. He doesn't pick up points, really. Enroth also picked up a point. So the fourth line with some points. And Gionta didn't have the strongest game in the world, but he gets the win. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Alright, so we have a tie series at 1 heading to Carolina. Now, can we find ways to win on the road? Maybe that's a changing of the guard here in this Cup Finals. As Carolina suffers only its 3rd loss of the postseason. 2nd loss in overtime. They have not lost more than 1 game still in regulation, which is pretty insane. But I think we can definitely hand them a loss now. I think our momentum is going to be on our side, hopefully, going forward now. So, let's keep the team the same for Game 3, since we just won that game. Can we take our first lead of the series? It was a weird last game. We just barely won it, but maybe now we could actually win some games convincingly. Let's get to it, boys. Let's get to it. First period, game number 3. 2-0 Canes. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should not be talking about stuff like that. Maybe we're going to be able to find a way to respond ourselves. But Nedrost and Gordon scored 2 goals 2 minutes apart. We're out shooting 15-10. So far their goaltending from Spezza is a lot better in this game. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not a good start from Gionta again. I might have to still make some adjustments, but we need to find a way to win at least one of these games in Carolina, because if we lose both of them, we need to do exactly what we did to St. Louis, which is going to be too tough, I think, in a Stanley Cup Finals situation. Can we have a good response in a second, like at least get a goal back in this game? Let's see what happens. Second period. 3-0 Canes. Oh boy, that's not ideal. We're out shooting 23-20. We're just getting goalied in this game, and they're scoring goals like they typically do. Damn, man. I thought this was going to be a better response here in Game 3 after that last game. But not the case so far. I might have to make some more adjustments. But Third period underway. Can we get any goals back in this one just to make us have some momentum for next game? But we definitely need to find a way to win next game because, like I said, we can't lose both games in Carolina probably. Power play for us, we do not even score on that. We're still out shooting them. So far, Spezza has been a difference maker in this game, and that will probably do it. Yep, we're going to get shut out 3-0 in Game 3. After last game, it looked like maybe we had some momentum after that win. Unfortunately, Carolina takes its first home game, which means we need to take their next one. Any badly minus players in that game? Yeah, there was. Oh, boy. I don't know what we want to do in terms of adjustments to try and get this team to be better. Spezza obviously played good against us, so that's not really... I wouldn't put that fully on our offensive play, but I think we need to make some adjustments here. So let's go like this, and we're going to rework our lines pretty much back to maybe the way they were. So maybe McLeod goes back to forward because he hasn't been picking up as much points as a defenseman. Let's see what we could do here. We're going to take Enroth out of the lineup here. Man, I wish I didn't have to go best lines before. Because it's kind of now, like, I need to make sure I'm having right guys on the right spots. Let's go Doughty on the right wing. Enroth comes out of the lineup. And we will put in Norena. Not Norena there. Let's just put Ashton there for a second. Actually, wait, no, I need to take out... Let's see. I'll take McLeod out of the defensive lineup for a second here. And throw Norena in where McLeod is. We will move Bell back to the top pairing. We'll move Hunwick with Bell. We have Petterman and Hutton playing together. Norena and Carlotti can play on this top 6 pairing. Then from an offensive standpoint, we are going to move Kopitz down to the 4th line. We're going to move Delisle to the 3rd line. We're going to take Enroth back out. And this is once again where McLeod's going to be playing in the top 6 like he was doing earlier this season. So we'll go with that. And then power play wise, we are going to take... We're going to take Noreen off the first unit. This is going to be McLeod's unit again on that point. Second unit, we're going to be taking out Kopitz. This is going to be Norena's unit. And then aside from that, actually, wait a sec. Risto's on the 2nd line power play. He should be on the 1st instead of Comrie. So I'm going to get Risto back into the 1st line power play. We're going to move Comrie to the 2nd unit. See if that can work out things a little bit. This might be a complete mess doing it like this, but we'll see if this ends up happening anything at all. Penalty kill could stay the same. So it's a reworked forward group back to kind of the way it was before. And then we get Norena back in on defense. I know it's not necessarily going to help us out playing defensively, but that's probably the way it's going to work. And then goalies, Giunta hasn't been super good in this Cup Finals, but I don't think going to Mathers makes much sense. So I think this is what we're going to run with for this next game as we look to tie the series up. Putting McLeod back on offense might help him out a bit because since he's played defensively, I don't remember when I made him back into defense. That was, when we were down 3-1. So our last 3 games against the Blues, basically. So he technically, as a defenseman, he had 3 assists, 4 assists, 5 assists only. But before that, you can see if we go to his total playoff stats, he would have had like 9 points as a forward and 5 as a defenseman. So having him back as a forward hypothetically should make us better offensively. So we'll run with that. And hopefully having McLeod back up there in that top 6 could give that offense a little bit of a boost. I could always swap Cashman and Risto too and stuff like that, but right now I'm going to keep it like that. So that's what we're going to run with and see if that's able to get us this series tied up. If we lose this next game, though, we need to do what we did against St. Louis, which is going to be winning 3 straight games, which is going to be tough, but it is doable. But the Carolina Hurricanes still have not lost a game in regulation since, I guess, like first round or the round against Buffalo. I don't even know exactly when they lost in regulation, but it's pretty damn insane how good this team simulates despite looking like that. So this is a huge game for us, guys. We need to win this game, or else it's going to be very tough to win the Stanley Cup here. Let's see what happens. We're going to do a real-time simulation, I think, in this game, because we need to treat it like it's a huge game, which it is. So we open the scoring 30 seconds in. That's maybe a good thing. Ristolainen and Ristolainen again. Okay, maybe Risto is now going to all of a sudden take it to heart a little bit. He is the captain of this team. He is starting to step up in big games like this, just like Stelwitz did when he was with us. Delisle makes it 3-0. All right, we are finding our offense in this first period. Kopitz makes it 4-0. This is good to see. This is good to see. Spezza had a really good game last game against us, but this game he allows 4 goals on 14 shots in that first period. And our captain is the backbone of that. That's a good first period. Obviously, we got to be careful still, though, because we know Carolina could score more than 4 goals in games. So let's have a good second period. This might be only their second regulation loss of the playoffs if we keep it up. So that's going to be insane. 5-0 Dunham power play goal. Is this where the tide changes potentially? It could still go to 7 games this Cup Finals easily because it's been kind of back and forth. We're lucky that we won that other game, though. If we didn't win that other game, we'd be in a very bad spot right now. So... But we're going to be up 5-0 going into the third with the shots 28-23. I think we should probably have this in the bag considering to have the backup goaltender in net. But let's have a good 20 minutes here and lock this game out. But looking good. Looking good. Looks like we're going to be able to beat them in regulation as Gordon makes it a 5-1 game. Reich makes it a 5-2 game. Don't really like that too much. Don't like that too much, but at least there's still 10 minutes only left. As long as we play good defensively the rest of the way, we should be fine. 6-2, Aristo gets the hat trick. He's 37 years old and gets a hat trick in Game 4 of the Cup Finals. Love to see it. And we hand Carolina only their second regulation loss of the playoffs. And just like that, it becomes a best of 3 in this Cup Finals. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Alright, so we have Risto from Dunham and Bell, Risto from Delisle and Dunham, Delisle from Hutton and Comrie, Kopitz from Hansen and Arena, Dunham from Carlotti and Delisle, and Risto from Kopitz. So yeah, Risto stepped up in a big time, and like I said, he's kind of like what Stelbitz was doing for us when we were winning cups. He just shows up at the right time. I don't know how much career playoff hat tricks Risto has, but I feel like he has multiple. But yeah, him, Dunham, and Delisle all with 3 points. Kopitz had 2 points. Bunch of guys on 1 point, and a very good plus-minus, except for McLeod, who was -1 apparently somehow in that game. And in a .943 save percentage from Giunta. Nicely done. Did Narena pick up any assists in that game? I don't think he did, but how was Narena out of curiosity? Because I know some people don't like Narena's defensive play. He had an assist and was +1. So, welcome back to the lineup, Mr. Narena. And he'll stay in the lineup probably for the rest of this round. So, Risto first star, Delisle second star, Dunham the third star. Nicely done. That's a good road win. Very good road win. And now if we could find a way to win the next game, we'd be in a really good spot potentially. So, this series, I definitely still could see it going to 7 games, but I'm not too sure exactly what the game wants to throw at us. Because Game 1 was pretty bad defensively. Game 2 was better defensively, but we barely won that one. Game 3 was okay defensively, but we end up not scoring anything. This game, we score a lot, but we play good also defensively. So it's been inconsistent, but maybe that's for the better. Maybe that's for the better. All right, well, let's keep this team the exact same for Game 5. Considering we just won that game. Let's see if we could put together 2 wins in a row and take the Carolina Hurricanes to the brink of elimination. Come on, guys. Build off last game. Don't let Spezza find himself after he played bad last game. Let's see what happens. Do another real-time simulation. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Hopefully Risto comes to play here again just like last game. And Delisle opens the scoring on a power play goal. So another early goal for your Albuquerque Aliens. That's good to see. And there's another one. McLeod back on the offense, scores a goal. So, yeah, McLeod definitely is better as a forward, I think. Because as a defenseman, he's more picking up assists. As an offensive player, he's picking up more goals, and he's also picking up assists, too. So that's a big goal for McLeod. We are going to have a 2-0 lead after 1, with the shots even 11-11. So, last 4 periods of hockey have been very good, and we've been able to find ourselves offensively. We've been also playing good defensively in net. Just got to keep the momentum rolling. Let's see what happens. Second period underway. Come on, boys. Hey, Reefers makes it 3-0. Let's go, Reefers. Nice to get goals sometimes from random third line guys as Kavusari gets the Canes on the board. Let's see what happens the rest of this period. See if we can keep this lead intact. Power play for us. We do not score on it. Take some time off the clock here in a second. And we are going to hold on to this lead 3-1 going into the third. 20 minutes away from potentially being 1 win away from a cup. Can we hold the Canes off? Let's see what happens. Come on, boys. Let's get her done. Just get me one more insurance marker to make me feel safer, maybe. But come on, you got this. You got this, boys. Gianta's starting to play better, too, which is nice. Final few minutes. There's a big insurance marker from Dunham. And just like that, we're going to be one win away from our second Stanley Cup in Albuquerque. Let's go. Let's freaking go. We're starting to find that offensive game. That's only the second regulation loss the Canes have had as well, or the third regulation loss now. It's this first time they've lost back-to-back, I guess, all postseason, which is kind of insane too. But a very, very nice set of wins. And just like that, now we could win the Stanley Cup potentially in Carolina. I would prefer to win on home ice, but winning on the road on this, I wouldn't care, to be honest. Delisle from McLeod and Robertson, McLeod from Cashman and Robertson, Reefers from Bell and Delisle, and Dunham from Petterman and Ristolainen. So, yeah, McLeod definitely, as a forward, seems to help our offense quite a bit, I feel like. So I think having McLeod back as a forward is not a bad idea. He probably could be in that same spot again next season if we really want to, but that's a good game. Couple guys on 2 points, McLeod, Delisle, and Robertson, and then a couple guys on 1 point. In terms of plus minus, only one minus player again, and that was Carlotti. Not too bad. How did Norena do in that game, out of curiosity? Oh, damn, it was actually sorted the right way. Let's see. There he is. 12 minutes, no points, 1 shot on goal. Not even a minus player, so I don't mind that. And then, yeah, Gianta found himself again in that game at 967. Let's freaking go. 3 stars, Gianta, McLeod, and Delisle. So we are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup in what year are we in? 2045. I was going to say 38, but I think that's where I am in my Islander series. But 2045. We only have a few more years left after the season. We're 1 win away from winning another Stanley Cup. This would take pressure off guys like Ristolainen. If Risto retires at the end of the season, too, that would be insane. So, can we find a way to close out the Canes, or are we going to go to a Game 7 back on home ice? Let's see what happens. Let's already get right into it. I mean, we might as well, because this could end up being still a long episode, potentially, if there's more stuff to go. But can we find a way to close out the Canes and win our second cup? Let's see what happens. Another real-time simulation game. You got this, boys. They opened the scoring, though. Oostorf on the power play. Not ideal, considering we opened the scoring the last 2 games. Do we have a response to that at all? Because it's all about how you act after you give up the game's first goal. Power play for us. We do not score on it. We do tie it up, though. Reefers, with his second goal of the series, second in back-to-back games, ties it at 1, and that's going to be the score after 1. I don't mind that. Does suck that we gave up a goal literally 52 seconds in, but the answer back is exactly what you want. Obviously, for Carolina, the last 2 games, we've opened the scoring. They haven't had the answer, and that's why they lost those 2 games. So, for us to actually answer is pretty big. Shots are 13-11 in favor of us. Second period underway. Carolina immediately gets that lead back with another early goal to start a period. That's not good. Eves with that goal. Can we find a way to respond to that again? Power play for us. We do not score on it. Our power play is kind of struggling in this game right now by comparison to the last 2 games, which is not ideal, but at least we're generating some momentum maybe. Final few minutes here, and we're going to be down by a goal going into the third. Shots are 27-18 in favor of us, so Spezza's playing absolutely great in this game for the Canes, which is not good. We want him playing like he was the last 2 games. We need a big third period here. We need to find a way to get an early goal, potentially, because obviously the longer we play into the third without scoring, the more Spezza's going to be dialed in, basically. So let's have a big third period here and find a way to win here on the road, because Game 7 will be a little bit nerve-wracking if we do go there. So let's see what happens. Come on, guys. Let's tie this one up. Happy Bullen makes it 3-1 Canes. That's not good. That's not good. I was hoping we'd get the next one. Nedros makes it 4-1. Looks like we're going to a Game 7 for the Stanley Cup. Unless we come back somehow late in this game, which does not look likely. Kopitz makes it 4-2. But, yeah, we're going to be going to a Game 7 for the Stanley Cup back on home ice. It's do or die. That's kind of scary. We outshot them 39-24 in that game, and we still lost. My God. Reefers from Hunwick and Bell, and Kopitz from Reefers and Hunwick. How was the plus minus? Let's see, any badly minus guys. McLeod, Hutton, Robertson, Petterman, Cashman. Noreno was -1, but I mean, a lot of people were minus on the team in that game. And yeah, Giunta had his worst game in a while, too. So we don't want Spezza to be on his game, basically, if we want to have a chance to win Game 7. Oh boy, why does it have to be a Game 7? I wanted it to be a Game 7 in a way, just because then we would play on home ice again, but at the same time, I'm kind of scared, because we got to find a way to win this, or else we end up losing in the Cup Finals, when we could have probably won it. So let's just make sure our lines are perfectly the way we want for Game 7, and then we'll see what ends up happening. Risto was really good a few games ago. He's got 17 points this playoff run. Cashman has 20 points. I'm going to move Cashman to the top line controversially, because this could be Risto's last NHL game. Aside from that, and you know what, we'll do some that minus on the top line. I don't want a minus on the top line. That doesn't work either. Damn, I was hoping I could rework that a little bit. Maybe I will try something a little bit different here, which is moving Robertson. I think Robertson can take faceoffs, can't he? He can. So what if I moved Comrie into that right wing top 6 spot? Robertson plays center. That way we have more of an offensive top 6, because Comrie's a playmaker, and that way we have the grinder more on the defensive line. I could move Delisle maybe into that top 6 too instead, but it doesn't make any difference really. Let's try it out for something. Might as well. And then we will swap Hunwick and Bell, and we'll do Petterman and Bell. Hunwick and Hutton, Norena and Carlotti will stay together. Yeah, I'll go with that. So this is going to be our lineup for Game 7 of the Cup Finals. Is it going to be enough to get our team a Stanley Cup win? I don't know if I really want to do a real-time simulation. Like, I wish I could just watch this entire game, but if I watched this entire game, this video would be like close to 2 hours or something like that. So we're going to have to do a real-time simulation for the first 2 periods at least. But man, this is nerve-wracking. I don't remember if we've ever been in Game 7 in a Cup Finals before. Like, I think when we won the Stanley Cup before, it wasn't a Game 7. I feel like it was earlier than Game 7. But it comes down to this game. And like I said, it could be the last game for sure for Risto and for Norena. So will it be with them winning a Stanley Cup or losing a Stanley Cup? And maybe one of them will show up in this game. Maybe they will. Let's see what happens here. Also, Giunta used to be the backup goaltender to Spezza for like a season. So it is kind of like what happened with Malkin versus Giunta in a sense. Can we find a way to win this, man? I'm so nervous to get into this game. I honestly don't even want to press A. Please, boys. Please, please. We got this. We got this. Let's do this. Let's get that faith on our side and let's see if we can win. Real-time simulation, Game 7 of the Cup Finals. Carolina opens the scoring. Not good. Not good at all. Oh my goodness, Giunta. Oh no. I honestly might have to jump in Watt earlier, unless we could find a way to get that next goal. Are we literally... Oh my goodness, we're literally going to choke here in Game 7. Friggin' Carolina, man. 3-0 for them after 1. I almost want to watch 2 periods in a row just to try and change the complexion of this. You know what? We're already going to watch this. I know it's going to make this episode super long, but we're down 3-0 after 1 period. We're going to watch the next 2 periods. Maybe overtime if we could find a way to get back into this, but I want to see if this jumping in will actually help us out or not, but I do not like that first period from our team at all. I feel like definitely we should be winning this kind of game, but the sim engine has not been too friendly to us these last 2 games, despite us having that 3-2 lead at one point. So let's jump in a second period scenario. I know it's kind of early to jump in, but we got to try and get rid of that EA voodoo and make our team all of a sudden get back into this game. So we'll see if that ends up happening or not, or if we're just going to waste our time, but let's see what ends up happening. We've seen some big goals from our team. If we could get at least some goals in this period, maybe the third period will be a little bit easier for us. So, Dunham finds Kolars. We can't break in. Here comes the Canes. Ustorf hit by Bell. Oh my goodness. Nice hit by Bell. He's actually got truculence. I forgot about that, so that makes sense. Abby Woolen throws it up to Gordon. Nice hit there by Petterman. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. Maybe I should have went back to the other lines again. Dunham from to Kolars. Kolars walks in, finds Bell. He can't get the shot through. Kolars rims it around. Here is line now for them. Yeah, this might take like 10 plus minutes of game footage, but it is what it is. You guys will probably understand. Because we got to find a way to get this game back. Risto can't break in. And also, since it's, like I said, potentially the last game for Risto and Norena, might as well get to watch them in action as much as possible here. Hudden with the puck, finds it to Petterman. Petterman gets hit. Hudden throws it up. Here is McLeod. The offensive defenseman throws it to Comrie. He shoots, turned away by Spezza. Goddamn, I can barely speak. Hunwick can't get it through. Right now, they seem to be shutting us down quite well in terms of getting good chances. But we are putting on some good pressure here, at least in this period, since jumping in. Cialfito with it for them. Over to Irving. Over to Eaves. Nice poke check there. And here's an offensive chance for McLeod. He's got the speed. He walks in and gets a shot stopped. Rebound, scores. Let's go. That's why we jump in. Kari Ristolainen. Does the captain have some mojo to get us back into this game? Scores his 11th goal of the playoffs. That's why we jump in, just in case. Maybe it changes this game. McLeod had that chance turned away, and the rebound popped out. And there it is. That's pretty close to that overtime goal we scored the other day, our other game. Oh boy, big goal there from Risto, scoring on his former goaltender in Spezza. Is that going to give us some momentum? That wakes up the home crowd a little bit too, so maybe that gets the crowd behind us a little bit more. All right, Robertson at the face-off done against Huberdeau. Huberdeau ends up winning it. Here comes the Canes. Perjogan walks in with it, throws it to Wiseman. Over out front, turned away by Giunta. Get it out, guys. We don't want them to all of a sudden get it right back. Wiseman throws it over. That's a big save by Giunta on the one-timer. Get it out, guys. We don't want them to get pressure. There you go. Delisle with it now. Georges Delisle skates in with Robertson. He makes a move. Can't get by. Robertson throws a big hit. Perjogan throws it over. Nice defensive play by Reefers. Robertson with it. Throws it over. Turns it to Grattan. It's now with Perjogan again. Perjogan can't get by Reefers. We have half the second period to get maybe another goal. Because I wanna be down only by one goal, not by two. Delisle walks in. Can't get it there. Oh boy, come on guys. The shots are not even super high in this game. At least so far. So hopefully we can generate some more shots on net. Copeland with it for them. Throws it to Kemp. Kemp looking around, throws it out front to Antonio. Big save by Giunta. Turnover again, and we make another big save. And now the fourth line's out there. Doughty to Hansen. Hansen can't get by. Come on, guys. We got to get some more shots on goal. They're out shooting us right now. Hutton with the puck again. Throws it to Hansen. Hansen carrying it up. Finds up to Kopitz. Kopitz can't get by. And that's now with Kerman. Kerman skating up with it. Nice defensive play by Hunwick. He gets hit there. Hunwick will find it back, though. Hansen up to Dunham. We have our top line back out there. Dunham is tripped. An absolutely huge power play as we look to pull within one. If we could find a way to score here as Cialfito heads to the box. This is why, like I said, I jump in just in case we could find a way to re-script the game, because the game maybe has a certain script thing for simming, but maybe for in-game it's a bit different. So I'm just trying to change what could end up being a Game 7 Cup Finals loss. So here we go. Face-off in the offensive zone to start off this power play. Risto versus Huberdeau. Come on, Risto. He wins the draw cleanly. Dunham throws it back, and we throw it out of the zone. That's unfortunate. McLeod over to Dunham. Dunham finds it over to Kolars. Kolars can't break in, and Huberdeau will backhand it out. No, maybe not out. That was out, I guess. McLeod with it again. Throws it over to Delisle, over to Risto. Risto gets board pinned. We aren't getting enough right now here going. Here's Delisle, though. 2-on-1. Risto gets a shot. Turned away. Rebound, and it's blocked. Here's a chance for Robertson, and Spezza makes another big save. Ristolainen really got close to tying, or pulling us within one, not tying this game, but Risto's definitely generating some good chances here. As he got that great shot away, Spezza made a huge save. And then the rebound was there too, but that defenseman got in the way. God damn, man. That's a pretty big 10-bell save by Spezza. This is such a weird Stanley Cup Finals, man. Like, I feel like definitely our team should be the better team in this, but Carolina's found ways to win games. But we are still in this, so don't count us out just yet. Don't count us out just yet. Comrie at the faceoff against Ustorf. Comrie wins it. Here's Hunwick, throws it over to Robertson. Robertson can't throw it down low. Grattan will not clear it out. Arena held it in. Comrie throws it to Hunwick. Over to Robertson. Comrie to Hunwick again. We start the cycle. Narena shoots. Blocked. Damn, if Narena would have scored, that would have been nice. Guess he's got no goals this playoff run so far, but he makes another great play to keep it in. Comrie's turned away. Ustorf with it for the Canes. He gets by Narena. It's a 2-on-1 for the Canes. Short-handed. Nice poke check. Perezhogan has shot. And Gianta with a big save to keep us within 2. That's unfortunate that Narena got beat on that play, but Narena's probably slowed down a lot since, because he's obviously a lot older now, so his skating's probably fallen off a little bit. Yeah, this is going to end up being a very long episode, but I apologize about that, but you guys probably understand at least why I jumped in so early. I could have jumped in the third, but we could have been down like 5-0 at that point, so. Comrie wins the draw. Here is Hunwick. Throws it up the boards. Cashman now with it. He's poke checked by Antonio. Abibulin finds Kavosari. Nice play by Hunwick. He finds Robertson. Robertson with the puck. Finds Cashman. Can't get by Antonio. Antonio dumps it off the boards. It's now with Abibulin, and he'll clear it. 30 seconds left on the power play. Still looking to pull within 1 here. Ristolainen with it as we have our top unit out there now. Risto makes some moves. Risto carrying it in still. Throws it to McLeod. Over to Dunham. He scores! That's why you jump in. Eugene Dunham makes it a 1-goal game, a power play goal from Risto and McLeod. I think it was, is it? Or who was it? Yeah, Risto and McLeod. What a pass. And nice little finish here from Dunham right in the slot. That's a beautiful goal. Using that defenseman as a screen. And just like that, we're within 1 goal. That's why we jump in. We could still tie this up. We have the momentum on our side. Just see if we can find a way to tie this one up. Maybe we're going to come back from 3-0 in this period potentially. There's only a few minutes left in the second period, but we still have an entire third period as well, as long as we play smart defensively. Here we go. Hansen at the draw, wins it. Bell throws it over to Doughty. Doughty gets hit. Doughty still keeps it in the zone. It's now with Irving. He's smoked. Here is Ustorf for the Canes. Get back defensively, boys. Nice play by Bell. Bell throws it to Petterman. Petterman up to Doughty. Doughty carrying it in for us on the 4th line. Doughty shoots. It turned away by Spezza. Nice chance for the 4th line there. Don't mind that. Just clap it to the net. Get an offensive zone faceoff. I'll take it. As the shots are getting closer to being even now too, so we're starting to claw ourselves back into this. Hansen against Kemp on the draw. Kemp wins it. Irving with it for the Canes. Throws it back around. Here is Cialfito. Cialfito up to Kemp. Over to, I don't know who that is, Kerman. Over to Copeland. He dumps it in. Bell exits his zone nicely. Up to Kopitz. Maximilian Kopitz. Finds Hansen. Hansen breaks in. Hansen shoots. Turned away. Rebound is there. And Spezza finds it. I like the momentum from our 4th line in this last few shifts. Some good chances. Oh man, I hope we could find a way to tie this up. But watch, if we tie it up, then that's going to be how we end up losing still too. But it would be interesting if we come back from a 3-0 game in Game 7. I don't know if this would have happened in the Submersion, but we will never find out, I guess. Lyon wins the draw. Delisle gets to the puck, though, first to keep it in the offensive zone. Delisle reefers, shoots, turned away by Spezza. Robertson gets smoked as he tried to glove the puck down. That's kind of interesting. Neteros poke check by Petterman. Here is Drew Bell. Drew will get board pinned. He can't kick it around. It's now with Eves. Eves walks in. Turned away by Gianta. Eves with it again. Over to Neteros. He can't get a shot. We got to be careful about this Canes line because they have beaten us in the past. So we got to be careful here, especially with 24 clicks left in this second period. Yeah, this episode's going to be over an hour, but it's okay. It is alright. Cashman wins the defensive zone faceoff. Carlotti turns it over. Here's Lyon a chance in front. Huge save there from Gianta with 7.3 seconds left in the second period. We got to be careful here, guys. We don't want to give up a late goal. We do not want to give up a late goal. We got to win the faceoff and just get it out of the zone. It is Cashman against Lyon again at the face-off dot. Cashman, can he win this, please? No, he cannot. Lyon throws it to Grattan. Grattan bombs it, deflected by Eves. He gets the hat trick. Are you serious? I felt like they were going to score, and that's a big deflection from Eves. A hat trick goal for Darius Eves in Game 7 of the Cup Finals. Maybe they found themselves the next Justin Williams, but now we're back down by 2 going into the third potentially. So that's an absolutely terrible goal to give up. That's an absolute terrible one to give up. That's a nice goal, though. It's nothing that Gionta could do on that play, but we don't want to be giving up late goals like that, especially going into a third period. As we find ourselves back down by 2 goals, we need to have a huge third period, man. Or else it looks like we're probably going to end up losing the Cup Finals on home ice in Game 7, too. At least there's still a lot of time left on the clock, but that is unfortunate. So Eves got the hat trick. He only has 8 goals this playoff run, but he has 3 of them in this game. That is not good, man. That is not good at all. Lyon a chance to end the period, and it's turned away. And we're down by 2 goals going into third. I wish we would be only down by 1, because then we'd have such a good chance to maybe get this game tied up. But that goal, just a perfect deflection. Like I said, nothing Gionta could do on that play. We probably should have boxed out Eves, but damn. All right, well, let's get to this third period. Rip that Band-Aid off, or maybe get that Stanley Cup. I'm not too sure, but this has been an entertaining game, to say the least, at least, though. Okay, can we find a way to get back in this? We're down by a pair of goals. We need to find that next one, and then we need to find a way to tie it up. Come on, guys. We need to get some offensive zone chances. Petterman with it, finds Cashman. He throws it to Bell. Bell all the way up to Dunham. Eugene Dunham can't get by. Now he's got it. Dunham out front. Can't find Kolar's. Good poke check by Spezza. Now it's with Habibulin. Over to Ustorf. Ustorf can't get brought by Bell. Drew Bell's been playing some pretty good defensive hockey here. Nice chance here for us 3-on-2. Cashman tries to walk around. He could have just walked around him in a different way, not trying to deke through him. Ustorf with it for the Canes. Finds it to Gordon. Gordon shoots, turned away by Gionta. Drew Bell with it. Finds Petterman. Over to Dunham. And we should get out. Yep, we are. Okay, good. Risto with it now. He's got 2 points here. And potentially his last NHL game. Finds Bell a chance, and that is blocked. McLeod with it now. McLeod kicks it around. Eves intercepts it. 5 minutes is already off the clock already in this third, potentially. That's not good. And this time's kind of going a little bit quicker than anticipated. We still have a chance to find a way to tie this game up, but we got to be careful. Comrie can't get by Risto. You got to hustle, man. He's a little bit slow because he's old now at this point, but can't get to it. The Canes can pretty much just rag the rest of this game if they really want to, but we got to be careful not to give up anything else. Big save by Gionta there. Keeps this game close. We're being outshot 23-18. Come on, guys. Half of this period has gone by a lot faster than it should, and we need still 2 goals. Oh, man. Maybe we should have went best lines for this last game. I don't even really know. I don't really even know. Maybe it was already scripted beforehand. Oh, my goodness. Lyon is robbed by Gionta right in the slot. They almost have full pressure. That's a huge save by Gionta. He got the blocker on it just barely, I feel like, on that one. Whew. That was nerve-wracking because there's a rebound right in front. Come on, Robertson, win this face-off for me. And he doesn't win it. They have full pressure, but they won the face-off so cleanly it went out of the zone. So that's at least a little bit of relief. Neteros' shot turned away. Get it out, guys. Oh, my goodness, the defensive play there was terrible. Irving is turned away. They almost have full pressure again. But we do pick it off, and we get out of the zone. Robertson with it. Come on, Robertson. Robertson makes a good play, finds Hunwick, that's turned away. The rebound was almost there, but Spezza found it. Robertson's made some pretty big plays since we've watched some of these games. That was very close to being a game goal that pulled us within 1. Wow. All right, well, we're still in this. We just got to get somehow bodies to the net because Spezza's seen a lot of good chances so far. But they are also out shooting us quite badly. Here's Carlotti, a bomb, and that just blocks off somebody and out of play, I think. That wasn't even a shot on the net. Must have hit off a defenseman because we do have still an offensive zone face-off, it looks like. As there's an arena getting folded. Come on, guys. Let's win this face-off. Why do we have our 4th line out for an offensive zone draw? It's kind of weird. Come on, Hansen. He lost it to Lyon. God damn it, man. Wiseman with it for the Canes. Finds Lyon. Lyon carries it in 1-on-1. Still walks with it. Can't get by Norena. Doughty. Over to Karlotti. Up to Kopitz. Maximilian Kopitz. The German. Can't get by Grattan. Oh, boy. I don't like the way this game is trending right now. It was a good second period up until that late little bit. Come on, Hansen. Hansen will dump it back in. You have less than 10 minutes to get 2 goals. Good forecheck by Hansen. Hansen got it to Kopitz, and he can't get by. Wiseman with it for the Canes. Walks in, shoots, turned away by Gionta as he tried to go 5-hole. Perzhogan throws it back to Grattan. That's blocked. Perzhogan a chance, can't get it to the net. Karlotti lost it, got it back again. Throws it to Norena, who's leading the rush. I don't know why. He finds McLeod. Over to Risto. Risto shoots, can't get it through. You can definitely tell the difference between how good our top line is versus like our fourth line, for instance. Because our top line has a lot more speed. And speaking of speed, here comes Huberto. Over to Kavasari. Makes a move and nice defensive play to recover. McLeod up to Comrie. He finds Risto. Risto with it late in the game. We have a power play coming again. Okay. I saw the empty net thing and I thought our team was pulling the goalie early, but we're going to be going to the power play. We did have a power play goal on our last one. If we could get one here, we pull within 1. So still time on the clock to do some damage. This is an absolutely huge power play as Lincoln Antonio heads to the box as he tripped our captain. Maybe Risto sold it a little bit more, but still, that's a huge, huge power play coming for our team. Just got to find a way to score on the power play again. Our power play has been a pretty solid power play. So if we could just find a way to get one here, hopefully we could find a way to get another one right afterwards. Comrie at the draw. Come on, Comrie, you got this, buddy. Against Line, who's been good on the face-off dot for them. Comrie wins it cleanly. McLeod over Robertson, a quick chance. I really like that setup. And that's turned away. Kavusari with it for the Canes. Get away. Get it away. Don't let him in. Nicely done, Delisle. But then he turned it over. But we do get it out. But they still have possession of the puck on our power play. Irving. Come on, guys. We're literally on the power play. Get the puck. Oh, my goodness. Such a broken play. But they get a chance. They killed off 30 seconds doing that. Crazy. Cashman with it for us. Cashman walks in, turned away. Cashman battles for the puck, gets it back out front. A chance for Comrie is blocked. McLeod to Delisle. He bombs it. That is off his skate and wide. Robertson to Cashman. Over to Delisle again. He tries to go for another bomb, and Kavusari took it away. We have a full minute almost off of our power play already, just because they had that so much offensive zone shifts. Oh my goodness. Robertson walks in now. He shoots, turned away. Rebound is there, and it is turned away. Oh my goodness. We're into the last minute of our power play. Come on, guys. We need to get one. If we get a power play goal here, the momentum could be on our side. Kolars finds Dunham, who had the last power play goal. He finds Kolars all alone. Turned away by Spezza. Oh my God. Spezza robs his former teammate in what would have been a sure goal. Oh my God. And I'm surprised they didn't even show a replay on that. If we would have scored there, that would have been electric, but no. Goddamn Spezza. Risto at the draw. Wins it again. Here's Dunham. Finds Norena. And we can't get that pass through. You do sense a little bit of urgency with our team right now, which is good, but might be too late. Gordon lost the puck. Here is Norena. Hunwick finds Risto. We have 20 seconds left on the power play. Kolars. Dunham. Eugene Dunham. Over to Kolars. That's turned away by Spezza again. Kolars gets it back. Here we are again. It's Hunwick. Hunwick can't get the shot through. Comrie out front, and Kolars can't get to it. 4 seconds left on the power play. Kolars a chance in tight, and Spezza turns him away. We only have a second left on our power play, but we almost have full pressure. Oh, man. Some good chances, but our team just cannot find a way to beat Spezza consistently, it seems like. Goddamn, man. Comrie had this face-off. He wins it cleanly. McLeod throws it over. Delisle, a quick chance, and he scores. Well, that's a really nice play. Obviously, the power play just expired, but Delisle scores with 4 minutes left. It's a one-goal game again. Oh, my goodness. If we didn't give up that late goal in the second, that would have just tied the game up, and that would have set this roof on fire. Goddamn. But that's a huge bomb from Delisle. He had enough of seeing Spezza make some huge saves. That's a big goal. Even though the power play, it wasn't on the power play, it was just right after the power play had expired. Wow, what a bomb from Delisle. Nice little set play, too, right off the face-off in the 1T. Boom. Not even a net front presence player for our team. Well, let's freaking go. Okay. We are still in this. We got to be careful. Hopefully the AI doesn't act dumb when there's an empty net, considering this is Game 7 of the Cup Finals. Just because we might have our goalie pulled soon. But we're within one. Can we find a way to tie this game up after we've been trailing this entire time? Petterman throws it up. Here it comes Kolars. We don't need to pull the goalie yet, so let's get some chances. Kolars walks in and turned away. Is blocked by Wiseman, I think. Eves with it for them. Eves, he's been dangerous. He shoots, turned away by Giunta. Okay, we do not want to give that Carolina line any chances. Eves' line, and I don't know who the other one is, has been very effective for them getting some chances. Nice hit there, though, by Petterman. Come on, guys. Let's just not stay around in our own zone too long. We need to get back into the offensive zone and get some chances. We got 3 minutes left. We're only down by a goal. Cashman versus Ustorf on the draw. It's a tie-up. We do get the puck, but it will stay in our zone. Big hit there by Dunham. Got to be careful here because we do not want to be taking penalties here late too. Petterman finds Bell. Drew Bell, great heads-up pass, finds Kolars. Kolars holds on to the puck. Can't get by Heavy Bullen. Now he's got it back. Now he lost it again. We're into the final 2 minutes of this third period. Nelson walks in for the Canes, blocked by Petterman. We're going to be pulling our goalie probably here shortly. Cashman to Kolars. All the way up to Dunham. Dunham walks in with it. He lost it. He got it back again. Lost it again. Oh my goodness. The eye's so weird in this game. We're already into the last minute. 52 seconds left. We might have just iced the puck there. I don't know if that's icing. Maybe it is icing because he did get to the hash marks. Damn, that would have been close. And they're bringing out the Stanley Cup already, but don't count us out just yet. Because we could still find a way to tie this up, but it is not good that we have a defensive zone face-off here. We got to find a way to win it and get back into their zone so we can pull the goalie. We got to find a way. Come on, guys. Risto's on the face-off dot. At least he's out there for this last important shift, potentially, of the season. Come on, Risto. Can't win it. Carolina gets the puck back. Eves is turned away in tight. What a save by Giunta. Another chance, and that's blocked. They almost have pressure, so we got to be careful, especially with this late in the game. Risto. We are going to pull our goalie here shortly. There it is. McLeod carries it in for us. Can't get the shot by Cialfito. He battles for the puck, but he's a little bit too weak. Lyon with it for Carolina. No, don't get Eves another goal. Oh my goodness. Why is the AI so freaking dumb? And that makes it a 2-0 advantage. The Carolina Hurricanes are going to find a way to win a Stanley Cup against us in 7 games. Fucking Christ, man. I don't know why the AI cannot defend on an empty net still. It literally pisses me off. Like, this is Game 7 of the Cup Finals, and you just allow him to get a shot on the empty net. Like, what are you even thinking here? Like, Hunwick is a great defenseman. He should be right in this guy's face and blocking that shot, too. Damn, man. Darius Eves, though, 4 goals in this game out of his 9 goals in the playoffs. Damn, man. If we didn't give up that late goal in that second period, if only we didn't do that. We're going to pull the goalie again, but it's kind of too late now at this point. Huberdeau is going to get another empty net goal. Nope, not yet. Oh, my goodness. Come on, guys. It sucks. Risto should get another Stanley Cup here, but the game has other ideas. Kolars turned away. And that's going to do it. The Carolina Hurricanes have beaten us in the Stanley Cup Finals. We thought we could re-script it by jumping in, but unfortunately that late goal in the second period proves to be the difference. And Spezza has won his first Stanley Cup, which is at least good for him, but I would have loved to have seen us win another Stanley Cup here, especially in front of our home fans. Man, that sucks. That absolutely blows. It was such a good playoff run, too, and to see it end like this, it just blows. But like I said, at least Spezza won a cup because he does deserve a Stanley Cup, but Eves ends up winning the Conn Smythe with 30 points, and he had 4 goals in that last game. More of a playmaker, but he turned into a sniper in that last game. My God. I don't even want to see any other players with the Stanley Cup, but maybe I want to see Spezza with it if he gets it. So maybe we'll still watch this, even though we technically just lost the Stanley Cup, and it hurts to watch this type of thing. But I do want to maybe see if Spezza gets a twirl with the cup at least. Damn, man. That close. That friggin' close. Why didn't we close it out earlier? Why didn't we close it out earlier? That bad first period really cost us. Ustorf's the Carolina captain. Here he celebrates with the Stanley Cup in Albuquerque. All that red confetti just, it looks so gross, falling down from an all-green arena pretty much. Goddamn, man. Is Spezza on the list at least? He is not even on the list. So, you know what? We're going to skip through this in a second here. Let's skip through this actually right now. Boom. Spezza wasn't even on the list. That's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb. McLeod had 3 assists in that last game, so he gave us a chance to get back into that game for sure. I think it was the right move packing him back to forwards, but damn it, man. Shane Line had 4 assists. Their top guys really came through in that last game. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that deflection was absolutely perfectly placed. Nothing Gionta could do on that one. And Darius Eves, yeah, 4 goals out of 5 in that big game for the Canes. Damn, man. Absolutely damn. And from a plus-minus perspective, Kohlers and Dunham absolutely terrible defensively at the worst time possible. Hutton and Hunwick were both -3. Cashman was -2. Damn. Goalies, not a good game for Gionta either. I mean, technically we jumped in, so that could have changed things a bit, but that goal scoring really sucks. Yeah, that first period, Eves had 2 goals. That second period when we jumped in, yeah, Risto and Dunham got us back on the board. That late goal from Eves, absolutely huge for them. Delisle didn't give us a chance to pull within that game tied up, but that empty net goal from Eves ends up being another big goal for the Canes. I just don't like how the AI plays with the empty net in the slightest with this game, because if we go back to that empty net goal, like, this is Game 7 of the Cup Finals, so everybody should be sacrificing their body, like, completely and doing whatever they can to keep the puck out of the net, but just, like, there's 3 guys swarming 1 person right here, which is absolutely dreadful. And then Eves is able just to hold on to this puck. Technically, if you're Hunwick on this play, you probably want to stick to him as close as possible, I would assume, and you want to be poking this off him right before he even gets in the zone. He has a clear shot to the net, too, because Hunwick just moves out of the way. And then it goes to the net. Like, yeah, this shouldn't happen at all. The AI needs to be much, much better with empty nets. And then he also celebrates in our face like that. Like, look at that guy's hair, though. What the hell's happening with the hair? But, yeah, that friggin' sucks, man. And, yeah, you can see that people on the team are not too happy with him. They're not too happy with that AI play. I do want to see Gionta out there one more time too, just because I know we have still some more seasons left, but it would be nice to get some screenshots of some important players like Gionta, so. Oh boy. Yeah, let's just get a screenshot of Gionta for my my pleasure, I guess I should say. Number 33. Goddamn. Alright, well, that absolutely sucks. That absolutely sucks. Well, let's wrap up this season. I know this episode's like an hour and 13 minutes long, but this is maybe our last run that we had for a Stanley Cup. There might be no other chance at a Stanley Cup again. Well, I mean, we could come back again next year, but Risto could be retiring still in this episode, so let's wrap up the season. As Chicago randomly fires their coach right after the Stanley Cup ends. Pittsburgh fires Anze Kopitar. That's kind of a disrespectful thing to do to Anze. And Texas wins the Calder Cup. Okay. Let's take a look at these awards. Take a look at these awards. So, Carolina wins the Stanley Cup. San Jose won the President's Trophy. And it was us in Carolina Cup Finals. We've been to 2 Cup Finals in the last few years. And unfortunately, haven't been able to find a way to win another one. Bjorkstrand the Art Ross. Pachinski the Hart. Pisonet the Norris again. Goddamn, he's won 4 straight Norrises. He also wins the Lady Byng. Sawchuk did win the Calder. Okay, well, they did give a Calder to a goaltender, so that's actually pretty sick. So I'll definitely like to see that. So shout out to Dorian Sawchuk. Eves won the Conn Smythe for Carolina, as we saw. Sawchuk also won the Vezina in his rookie season. Goddamn. That is quite impressive from the young goaltender. He also won the Jennings in his rookie season. Jesus. Karkner won the Masterton for Buffalo. Edmonton's coach, Jack Adams. Holton, the Selke. Bjorkstrand the Lindsay, and Bjorkstrand the Richard. Any AHL awards for our team? Does not look like it. Alright, well, let's wrap up the last little bit of this season. So, player stats in the playoffs kind of fell apart a little bit in that Cup Finals. I mean, we had good depth scoring. Like, if we look from the forward perspective, Dunham, 22 points. Like, everybody was below point per game, but the offense was solid. But the plus minuses on some guys is not super good. Like, Kolar's was a -6. And that's probably because of that Cup Finals, my guess. Like, if we look at his game logs, yeah, -4 in Game 7, -1 the game before that. Yeah, definitely Game 7 was pretty bad. Game 1 was also really bad from plus-minus wise, so damn. From a defensive standpoint, McLeod was good offensively, but Hutton was dreadful defensively in that Cup Finals, I guess. Norena was good. He's probably going to retire, though. And Gionta was decently good for the playoffs, but not so much in that Cup Finals, I would say. But, man. We knocked out literally a President's Trophy winning team. We knocked out a team after being down 3-1. Like, we should have been able to find a way to beat that Kings team, but we just didn't. All right, well, let's wrap up this last little bit of this season. We only have a couple more seasons left of this before we start our throwback franchise mode. The question I have is more about the retirements, but Florida, the Rangers, Chicago, Detroit, Montreal are your top 5 selections this year. This is what I want to know about, is the retirements. Rip this Band-Aid off already, might as well. You can not do much more to me. Oh, Risto did not retire, but I think I saw Norena did. But in terms of retirements, the best goalie to retire is Kazanov. Wasn't he on St. Louis before? I feel like, yeah, this guy won Vezinas and stuff. This was a good goaltender. Nikita Tulipov? Yeah, this was another good goaltender in Nashville. Anything else here? Ed Del Monte. Nobody else really in terms of goaltenders. Defenders, though. Yep. So we did lose an Arena, like I said, but we did not lose Ristolainen, which is kind of good because I know a lot of you guys wanted Norena gone before. But I think Norena has a chance maybe at the Channel Hall of Fame. 847 points, almost 1,600 games with the Aliens. He was a -406, but that's because of the early years. Never won a Norris Trophy, but was still a pretty solid defenseman. 89 points in the playoffs as well. So, shout out to Norena. But unfortunately, he is going to join the likes of Staubitz in the retirement club. So, there is Norena. Anybody else decide to call it quits that used to play with us or anything? Yeah, this episode's going to be so long. A lot of you guys are going to be even watching at this point, probably. But here's what it is. We got to be doing this series due diligence, so. Right wingers, Blomstrand. Damn, Ola Blomstrand, I remember him too. Kadridiev. 2 Driedgers retired the same year. They must be siblings. 37 and 36. That's kind of cool. Both right wingers. Is there anybody that also used to play with us, though? That's what I want to know more about. Anton Frondel retires at 38. I'm not seeing anybody really. I recognize the name Generous from somewhere. I don't know if I played against him in the playoffs, but maybe not. Centers, Dijiginla has retired. Stefan Steen. Yeah, I forgot about Stefan Steen. I don't know if any of you guys even remembered about Stefan Steen. 805 career points. This guy was an interesting player. Didn't play with us in a very, very long time. Hence why I forgot about him. He played in Carolina for a little bit. Then left, got dealt to Florida 5-6 years ago. And that's where he's been since. Damn. Yeah, I almost forgot all about him. Former second-round pick. Wow, shout out to Stefan Steen. Honestly, did not remember about him. That's kind of cool. Anybody else? Nope. Okay, so the only retirement we had was Norena. And Norena was a top 5 retirement player in this class, which is pretty impressive. So, once again, shout out to Kai Norena. Best of luck to him in retirement. Kind of sucks to lose him, but at the same time, at least it frees up some money. And aside from that, we did not lose anybody. We did lose Baines, actually, his coach retirement. I feel like Baines actually might have been one of our head coaches, so we might have lost a pretty big coach this year, too. I don't think he was our head coach, but I think he might have been an assistant. So, let's take a look at the draft class and all that stuff, wrap up the season. But in terms of the contract situation, considering this is probably the most important thing coming, We have a lot of money that we're going to need to be spending this offseason. Kolarz is the big UFA this offseason. He's obviously on the decline too because of his age. He's not looking for too much. To be honest, I could be easily swayed to pay him like $9 million bucks or whatever it is for 2 bars. Like 10 million, I could probably give him that just so he retires with this team. McLeod's a pending RFA. He's obviously going to need a good chunk of money. He wants 14 million bucks. He might end up just getting qualified at this point. Robertson also could get qualified, or we could give him a good contract. Not too sure. Petterman's an RFA, so at least I could kind of hold on to those guys. Risto's a pending UFA. We are definitely paying Risto regardless of what he's asking for, which right now he's wanting like 6 million bucks, which is not too bad. So, yeah, we're likely going to bring back Risto for sure, but he probably won't be a top-line guy next year. Malak is a pending UFA. He was in the AHL last year, I think. He doesn't really want that much. We could potentially bring him back. Hansen's an RFA, but he could get replaced maybe. But we have a lot of RFAs, so we should be able to hold on to mostly everybody, but we also got to make room for some unsigned guys, I guess. And then from a goalie perspective, we don't have really any big goaltenders that are pending free agents, so most of this team probably will be able to come back, but I'm not too sure on the money situation. The priorities to me would be all the RFAs here, these 3 big RFAs, and then also Ristolainen and Kolarz, I'd say. Those are my priority players to re-sign over guys like Malak, Hansen, Reefers, those type of things. So that is that. Final few things. What is this draft class looking like, and what about the progress reports? Wow, we're getting a lot of drop-off from our guys because of the age. Yeah, that's where I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to make it far this upcoming year, but we might still have a good-looking team, but definitely a lot of these guys are past their prime. Yeah, there's definitely some drop-off. Damn. What about in the system? Looks like some guys are growing well. Damn, Dingle's up to a 76 at 19, so at least we're getting some good growth from prospects. So we might get to see some of those guys in the lineup before the series ends, which is nice. All right. And goalies, some guys are growing a little bit. Not too bad. All right. Final thing we got to take a look at is this draft class. Obviously, we're going to have a late pick in this year, but we might as well still take a brief look at it. Let's see. What is supposed to go around 32, 33? Ooh, a low elite. Damn, this would have been nice, but he's probably going to go right one spot before ours. It doesn't probably matter too much at this stage because we're not going to see these guys play, but still would be nice to set this team up for future success. McCollum might be interesting. Let's see. Is there any guaranteed low elites that I don't know about? I really apologize for this episode being as long as it has, guys. And if you're still watching this, you're a real champ. Because I know it's probably not as interesting at this point. Alright. Well, anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Albuquerque Aliens Draft to Glory franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll take it to another offseason. We'll try and maintain this roster as much as possible, but it does suck, obviously, to lose in the Cup Finals, for Norena to go out as a one-time champion, losing in the Finals, obviously, as well. Would have been nice to give him that second Cup in Game 7, but unfortunately it was not the case. So let me see that below, and I'll see you guys next time.